Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to From Under the Influence. I'm your host, Marijuana Man. Right beside me, as always, Al the Alchemist.
What's happening?
Welcome to the show. We're glad you could join us today. We're here on the second floor of the BC Marijuana Party. Not as high as we were before, but we're working on it. We're smoking twice as much weed now.
See, what was happening is on the third floor, we were feeling very compressed. You know, we were feeling extremely, extremely compressed because we were already as high as you could get on the net, and then we would, get exponentially higher, and we would just be like, eh. So we had to move down to the second floor to let our highs expand so we could actually fill the rest of this building.
Glad
Had to
have
clarify
that explanation. We used to be on the third floor, but hey, that's another story. So, joining us on the other camera are those three guys. Quick, name them. First one in chat that names them. Quick. No. Boy, yeah, there you go. Ooh, look at all the short forms, eh? Nice. Blind Pig, Mick, Jeremiah, and Marius. Glad they could be here today. They're across a smoky hue. So they're going to be keeping an eye on the chat. If you guys got any questions, let us know. And here on this cam, we got Adam Jang in the house.
With the Jangalang band.
And he's working on Mr. Les Paul. How's it going, Adam? I'm stoned.
Did
So,
they
yeah.
even recognize me with my glasses on?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yeah. Mick
Oh, I thought it was the whole deal. I thought it was the glasses, the nose, and the mustache.
That's it. You the face mask.
Yeah, Mick
I'm going out as McMahon for Halloween.
Mick wasn't fooling anybody.
We should all go as McMahon for Halloween.
Fuck, that would be
Like
awesome.
5 or 6 McMahons. Rather big fans.
So let's see who we got in the house today. Jack Drax there. Green Supreme. That's a new fellow, I think. Maybe you'll all want to say hi to him.
Like the internet famed Green Supreme?
Sofa Snail. Nice. Good to see ya. S. S. Blind Pig, Canadian Giant. Good to have you back. You 420. Weezer met you once.
What's happening, Yoda?
Where'd we meet, Weezer? Come on. Yoda. Wave, Steel Town, Vic,
I've got my
BC
Darth Vader shirt on for Yoda today. Can't see it because my jar's in the way.
I got my free mark.
We got
Shirt
Vader,
on. Chat up
and
on
Vader's got a
Free Vader.
nice gold chain with a gold Death Star on it. We Jedi Masters got to stick together.
So yeah, here it is. October 10th.
No, it's not.
It is.
Come on.
It's Wednesday.
Don't let him fool you. We've filmed all these shows on June 6th for the whole year.
It's
We
tough
did
to
all
keep
the
that.
shows for the whole year June 6th.
Before a live studio audience.
I mean, this show will be aired October 10th as a live show, and
Remember how we planned it?
yeah, and in our true artistic form, we will be able to anticipate what's going to happen in chat.
Actually, if this is, I know we're filming this on the 6th, but I know October 10th, I'll be at home watching this at my place.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
In the mirror.
Who the hell is that guy?
And he says he's Mick Mann, but I don't think so.
Mick
I'm pretty
Mann's never
sure,
here on Wednesdays.
I'm pretty sure Mick Mann is not in town.
I don't
right
know.
now.
Mick, he didn't show up on Monday. I can't imagine he'd be here on a Wednesday. That doesn't make any sense.
No, that's not Mick.
Even with the holiday, it would have been yesterday. It would have been here. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Don't know who this imposter is.
I think he works at my bank.
Now she's a frozen screen.
That one's frozen. This one isn't.
You look good on mine.
That one's not.
Everything looks all good over here.
Everything's working
Okay,
good. Froze on mine.
It's a little bit chilly over here.
So yeah, today's theme of the show is legalize, decriminalize, or get the fuck out of the way.
Hey, I like
Because things are starting to happen around the world.
They
and
are.
everywhere with the concern of legalizing pot. So we're looking forward to all of the propositions that are on the ballot in November in the United States. And we're hoping that a couple of them will go through, they'll all go through, and things can start crumbling. Here at home, it ain't so nice, I gotta say. We got a wicked government in power that is
they're mean.
They're hell-bent on drugs, oil, and war.
And re-education facilities. They're setting up, like, way in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Fucking interesting, isn't it?
What kind of facility?
Re-education. In case all of you passed your grade 10, but
yeah,
needed to pass it again.
You still want to be a progressive conservative, you have to be re-educated. No, they're wicked monsters that are doing horrible things here. And I'm not so sure, like, the issue of legalizing marijuana has just become so controversial. Like, why? Why has it become controversial? People just say it's controversial. I don't think it is, really. But at the base of it all, I'd have to think that it's because of all the lies that have been told about this. It's controversial.
I think the lies are controversial.
Yeah.
It's not...
I think ignoring common sense and actually what the people want is more controversial. I wrote a letter to a journalist yesterday. Barbara Yaffe wrote a very nice piece that appeared in the Vancouver Sun and other newspapers here in Vancouver, or in Canada, talking about all the very good reasons why cannabis should be legalized. But she didn't really go the distance on why it's actually illegal at any rate. So I asked her as a journalist if she would please ask the government and politicians why it's still illegal. Why do you refuse to make it legal beyond your little lame, it's bad for you and to keep kids safer?
Well, nobody wants to come out and say it. It's like, well, the DEA says we can't. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The DEA's got no jurisdiction. Well, they kind of do.
Well, people got to
Nobody
start...
wants to come out and say that. So...
We got to start thinking about that, though, and realizing that this is actually the case. That so the DEA, if they didn't have marijuana smokers and users to arrest, they would have to start arresting cocaine and heroin users, and that's something of a conflict of interest.
Well, yeah,
in their
because
book. If they are in fact implicated in the running of these drugs on the planet, then they don't want to be arresting the people and users.
In the business of jailers, we are the gram. The cannabis user is just like the gram. Like if you're gonna take put this into dealer metaphors, we're the gram. We're the one. We're the quick flip. Boom, 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 boom. All day, quick flip. Gram, 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 gram. 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 2 months, 5 months. Boom. All day long. But the cocaine and heroin users, they're a long-term flip, and nobody's profiting off of that.
That's right.
You know, and on top of that, they need those guys out there to sell their coke and heroin.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, let's face it.
And there just aren't as many users to choose from.
That's
if
true.
If they arrested cocaine and heroin users at the same rate they arrest us.
Yeah, we're a huge demographic to tap into, and it's
they'd be gone in 6 months.
And it's
8
so
months.
easy to get 30-day sentences and quick fines and all kinds of stuff like that. We're a great way to generate income.
So I thought it was important at that moment to let this journalist know that there's quite a bit more to this story than has ever met the eye, and you can talk about how good it is for taxes and all this other nonsense, but it doesn't make much difference when the feds won't go along with it, right? Mm-hmm. And they're not going along with it, and they're not prepared to go along with it, which is very suspicious to me. And why it's not suspicious to anybody else, I don't know.
Seems very orchestrated.
So, anytime you're out there on the internet, see these stupid things, you should comment on them. Now, here's something from last week, if you remember, and I don't know if you will, but we talked about an op-ed that was in the Seattle Times, written by Robert DuPont.
There we go.
Op-ed, I call it more like a special ed. But I did look up Robert DuPont to find out who this guy is, and he, in fact, founded the National Institute on Drug Abuse, was the second drug czar under Nixon.
Look at he's not just a fly-by-night journalist.
He's
he
not
is a
just
real
nobody.
DuPont.
Yeah, he's a real DuPont.
Yeah.
He also has made his entire life off of the research of addiction.
Now keep in mind, DuPont are one of the massive conglomerates that helped demonize cannabis because they were threatened. DuPont found a way to synthesize rubbers, and before that they used to use cannabis.
So yeah, this is where the op-ed in the Seattle Times is coming from. A guy whose entire life is beholding to the prohibition of cannabis, and But I was going to talk a little bit more about what's going on here in Canada, because I got some video of how damn confused everybody is about how and why and whether we should, and it's just embarrassing. But listen to these pinheads. This is from some time ago, but it gives you a pretty good idea.
Welcome back. Today is 4/20, the day thousands of Canadians light up joints in public places like this one across the country. It's the annual burning protest promoting the legalization of marijuana. This year's drug push comes just really days after the Prime Minister admitted the war on drugs is not working in meetings in South America, and just weeks after the House passed the omnibus crime bill that includes new minimum sentences for marijuana-related crimes. So is now the time to relax Canada's pot rules. Joining me now in Vancouver is the Parliamentary Secretary to the Justice Minister, Carrie Lynn Findlay. Also there, the Liberal health critic, Hedy Fry, and in Toronto is the NDP Deputy Justice critic, Craig Scott, who's making his debut on a panel on this show. So welcome to you.
Delighted to be here, Rosemary.
Okay, Carrie Lynn Findlay, let's start with you. There were thousands of people on Parliament Hill, as is the case usually on this day, protesting for marijuana legalization. This comes, as I said, less than a week after the Prime Minister attended this this meeting with Latin American leaders, who all said the war on drugs has not worked. From your perspective, from the government's perspective, why won't the government consider legalizing this $19 billion industry?
Well, firstly, I'd like to clarify the statements made in Central America. What the Prime Minister was talking about was that internationally, the war on the drug cartels has not been working. There's a need for further and better strategies there. We have a new Canadian initiative for security in Central America where we've committed $25 million over the next 5 years to come together with the Americas, the other countries in the Americas, to discuss how better to deal with those very dangerous drug cartels that seem to have in many cases overtaken communities and streets in Central America and South America. So, that's what that is about.
So go back to my point about pot. Should it be legalized? And why not?
Well, we do not believe it should be legalized. We have a constitutional responsibility for trying to do our best for healthy families and safe communities, and we are very much still targeting the illicit drug trade, which is, as I'm sure most of the viewers know, marijuana is the currency for organized crime. And so our position is that that is something we should continue to do, standing up for victims and dealing with the illicit drug trade and its negative effects.
Okay, let's go to Craig Scott, because you are new, but you also have a new leader, and I'm not sure that I fully understand the position of the NDP right now. So let's start there. What is the NDP's position on legalizing or decriminalizing pot?
Well, Rosemary, the position is that we support decriminalization of possession, especially in terms of a priority of criminalizing youth possession, because in general criminalization is not the way to go in terms of youth behavior. At the same time, it's the case that some kind of a study is needed. It's been 40 years since the really good Ledane Commission study, and things have changed, understanding science, law enforcement perspectives have changed, and we need to figure out how to transition so we actually get to a decriminalization of possession.
Okay, I guess my next question, and I'll get to you in a minute, Hedy Fry, but why do we need to do that, given that the Canadian Association of Police Chiefs have been calling for decriminalization for over a decade? The former U.S. attorney who prosecuted renowned pot activist Mark Emery is now saying that it's time to legalize marijuana because of the way that profits gangs. What more does the NDP need to know in order to make a decision on where it should go?
Well, I think the NDP is pretty clear that we want to see decriminalization. The issue is how to do it. Health issues, education issues, transitional issues, what impact this will have on the provinces if there's a decriminalization of possession. All of this has to be looked at. So it's not simply a question of yanking something out of the criminal code and saying everything's done. And I think probably even the law enforcement community and others calling for it would recognize that there needs to be something transitional. And even Bob Ray has indicated that after their convention, he said, this is a policy question I'm going to have to look at, but there's practical questions that have to be looked at.
Okay, so then over to Hedy Fry to let her respond to that, because the Liberal Party did pass a resolution on legalizing marijuana at the policy convention in January.
Yes, I think what we want to talk about here is the issues of health, the issues of safety. And as we know, violence has erupted in the wake of illegal marijuana. And we've seen this. Organized crime is the only one that benefits from it. And if you look at evidence, the evidence is clear. We've moved way beyond the Ledane Commission. We believe that we should decriminalize, regulate, and tax in the same way that we do cigarettes. And when you look at the health impacts, actually, cigarettes and alcohol have far greater health impacts, and those are both regulated, and they're not criminal, and they are taxed. So I think we need to move down that road. Not only that, but the evidence we're hearing from everywhere else in the world, Europe, for instance, Portugal has completely decriminalized. Many of the European Union nations have decriminalized, and what they've seen is that the use has gone down, and the criminal activity and the violence has also gone down. I mean, Portugal did this about 12 years ago and has got clear information. Australia has also looked at this. I think even Latin America is saying, you know what, all we do is to look at supporting organized crime by continuing to take the approach which we're taking. And so I think this quote-unquote war on drugs has to stop. When you look at the fact that right now, Canada spends $500 million on looking at the issue of illegal drugs, and 93% of that is on enforcement, when all of the medical evidence, all of the public health evidence, all of the public health officers are saying that you need to look at harm reduction, you need to look at decriminalization, taxation, and regulation.
Okay, so let's get Carrie Lynn Finley's perspective on the issue of maybe taxation. You decriminalize and you tax something that, you know, the same way you would alcohol and cigarettes that are, you know, it can be just as dangerous as marijuana.
Well, you've made an assumption in your question, and the assumption is about danger. And there are lots of aspects to this. This is a complex issue. We have communities that are affected by grow-ops, by criminal activity around grow-ops, around, as I said, the marijuana being used as currency in organized crime. We have health effects on the, I noticed the critic mentioned the youth. Of course, youth are dealt with under the Youth Criminal Justice Act. That's a whole separate issue there. But we have not made any changes on simple possession. Bill C-10, for example, it went after repeat violent offenders. It went after trafficking in drugs.
You do have new mandatory minimums for possession,
yes,
do you not?
That's a problem.
We have mandatory minimums in C-10, but the point I'm making there is on simple possession charges, which is what I believe the NDP critic mentioned. We haven't changed that. And we are trying to get at serious, repeat, and violent offenders, those who use violence in the illicit drug trade, those who threaten violence.
But I guess my point, Carrie Lee Finley, is some people also believe that the government's trying to get at people who, with these mandatory minimums, have 6 plants at home and are now being treated like
15-year-olds,
like criminals.
Yeah.
Well, we had this debate
Yeah.
with your colleague Evan Solomon one day, and we both agreed that we weren't experts on yields. The fact of the matter is that there are all kinds of people who do know about that. They know how much marijuana can be produced by a certain number of plants. We're not talking about a little plant in a windowsill. We're talking about plants that can grow several feet high and have large yields. And so that has all been taken into account. And mandatory minimum penalties, we have philosophical differences with the Liberals and the NDP on that.
Yeah.
But we are targeting serious repeat and violent offenders
Okay.
with those measures.
Okay, Hetty Fry, and then I'll let Craig Scott in. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Rosemary, what I need to say is this. If we're going to make good public policy, it has to be based on good evidence. We have seen the evidence now in Europe over the last 12 years. We have seen that even in the place where there's the greatest violence in Latin America, they're saying this isn't working. We've seen the evidence out of the United States of America. All of the public health officers across this country are saying in the interest of health, we need to look at decriminalization, regulation, and taxation in the same way that we do with alcohol and tobacco, because alcohol is at the top of the food chain in terms of the health damage it does.
Okay, Craig.
So the two issues are health and safety. If we care about them, we do this.
Craig Scott.
Well, I would say that it's really important that we somehow bring together the two perspectives that we've heard from Carrie Lynn and Hetty. I think it's important that we have some kind of a study. It doesn't have to be long and drawn out. It doesn't have to be as momentous as the Ledane Commission. But there are parents out there, there are people out there who don't necessarily feel that Hetty's correct, that the evidence is there already. They would need to be convinced. There's nothing better than having a commission or a kind of a study that would speak to Canadians as a whole and try to create a discussion around this. At the moment, we're kind of locked into polar positions. I think the NDP would very much promote that.
Okay, I just want to make one last point here between the NDP and the Liberals, because it does seem that your positions have, I mean, some people would almost say that they've switched. And today, Young Liberals of Canada launched an attack against the NDP leader, Tom Mulcair. Let me show our viewers the posters they've been putting up all over Ottawa's downtown. And if you look a little closer, it says, this is a poster that says Mr. Mulcair was asked if he would decriminalize marijuana. And then they have his answer, in which he says, quote, no, I think that would be a mistake because the information that we have right now is that the marijuana that's on the market is extremely potent and can actually cause mental illness. So, Hetty Fry, from a political perspective, why are you going after Tom Mulcair and his party on this issue and not the government?
Well, the Young Liberals are going after them because of the radical change in position, as you said earlier on, from the NDP. But at the end of the day, you know, Craig said that there is no evidence. International evidence has been there now.
Hetty, I didn't
for the
say
last
no
12
evidence. I
years.
said people don't necessarily believe the evidence that you've presented. We need to get a consensus on this.
It's not my evidence. It's the evidence of public health officers and health professionals around the world. It's now plain, clear. Papers have been written internationally. They've all followed rigorous peer evidence-based analysis, and they're all saying that if you want to look at what is really dangerous for people to use, alcohol and cigarettes carry far more health risks than cannabis.
Okay, Craig
Rosemary,
Scott, I want to let you respond.
Yeah, can I come in on the Tom Mulcair business? I think this is a little over the top. Tom Mulcair's position at the end of January was very clear that he supports the NDP policy decriminalization, and his answer in that subsequent interview was put in the context of wanting to see a study and talking about the whole question of how it is that we actually acknowledge that there can be dangerous marijuana on the streets. Do we simply yank the criminal code provision, or do we make sure we know what we're doing when we do that?
So,
okay, all right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you all very much for weighing
Thank you.
in and making clearer your positions. Carrie Lynn Finley, Craig Scott, and Hetty Fry. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's enough of that. You guys get the picture. It's just before 4:20. We wanted to be here for that with you. And what? This.
I don't need it yet, quite yet.
Whoa! It's like 3D. THC. That stuff is what?
Oh,
That's a little bit of harmony.
420.
Happy
Let's show them some fucking funky swerve.
It's 4:20 around the room here, and here's what is
Shields up.
Swerve PK.
Maximum forward shields.
Can't really see it.
Maybe pull one butt out.
Okay. How about that, bud?
That's a good bud. Maybe get a bigger camera.
No, we could just do this.
The flyby.
Jars of herb.
That's pretty luscious. Is this where PK is such flavorful weed too?
It's like grape wine.
Yeah, it's really thick and flavorful.
That's
And
the atomic haze.
there's camera 2 here at 420.
That was
They're getting
some
ready to hit
alleged
a bunch of
swerve PK.
bongs. The guy, who is that, Nick in the middle, is he's going to smoke a reefer.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no, that is McMahon.
Star of our new show,
Nick?
McMahon in the middle.
Is it
his
Nick?
name's
Yeah,
Nick.
it might be Nick.
That's a beautiful shot of them too, isn't it? Look at that.
It is.
All right, we're sitting on the couch next week.
Fucking rights.
Yeah. The couch is where it's at, man.
But we need a hot chick between us.
We used the couch in my show.
All right, well, I hope you all
last
enjoyed
week it was
420 or some 20 out there, wherever you're from.
Here, let me reload you.
Little mean queen of green. Welcome to the show, Fire
Little mean
Axe
queen of
4.
green. Wow.
Atomic haze.
Fire Axe 4. There was 3 Fire Axes ahead of you before you signed up. Huh? Or there's 6 cents.
Nice.
50 cents, little cousin.
I was going to say that's he's related to 50 Cent.
Yeah.
He's like,
Canadian Giant says best audio ever.
really? eh?
Really, ever. In the world.
In the history of audio.
Wow.
Because it sounds
We should
just
have-
like this.
Yeah, we should have that little dog from RCA Victor sitting here.
That's it.
Best
His
audio
master's
ever.
voice.
Yeah.
The grower's voice.
Yeah.
Steeltown's in Ontario, and he smokes at 720. More than I do at 420. Thanks to the streams from the West Coast. Well, we're glad we can chip in a later part of your day so you can smoke extra weed.
B Money 420. What's happening, B Money?
Speaking of B, we had the distinct pleasure last Thursday, I think it was, that Be Real from Cypress Hill was in the
It was
house.
Thursday. No, it was Friday.
Was it Friday?
Yeah.
Someday. Be Real stopped by with another guy. Don't remember his name.
I'm really sorry, bro. I seriously don't remember either.
It's not that I.
It was Thursday.
What was the other guy's name?
No.
Because my show was on Friday. He wasn't there that day.
Yeah, it was after.
It was Thursday. I was right.
Oh, okay.
I have a memory like a steel something or other.
I don't know who the other guy was either.
But Be Real was Be Real. He was for real. Looked just like
He hit
himself.
Duchess.
And
Yeah.
he's got these wicked Cypress Hill funky field tips. And he collabed with Roar.
Here,
Here's the
let me.
case.
I'll put him on the bud cam.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna show it on the bud cam.
Sorry, it's not the bud cam again.
There you go. Check those out. Now, it comes with 3. I've only got one of them, but it comes with 3 glass filters.
Oh, I cut away from that. Hang on.
You did. But it comes with 3 glass filters. So what you do is you roll your joint, and this goes in just like a filter, and it's so kick ass. It beats cardboard hands down.
And they're actually called Cypress Hill's Funky Field Tips.
Yeah, and it's
Made by Roar.
Funky what?
They're
Funky
glass screens. Here. Just pass one over here, Al.
Yeah, they're going.
funk.
It's a little
Wow.
glass tube.
You got another one?
Instead of like making a cardboard filter. So it's just a glass.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun having him here, and we talked about a lot of things. Oh,
Nice
I wish I
recovery.
should have cut to that camera, boy. That was a good
was
catch. 2 guys.
So
Nick fumbled it over to Jeremiah, and he got it. It was
and I
great.
have to say they
caught it
work
on the second
really
bounce.
fucking really good.
Off my hand.
And
But yeah, Be Real.
Buy 'em.
He was a cool guy. He had a lot to say, good things to say. He was very outspoken about legalization and what people are doing. And he puffed down hard.
yeah,
with
that's
it.
what I like. I don't want to really get down on hip hop or anything, but there's a lot of weed frauds in hip hop, and I want to say Be Real is not one of them. That motherfucker can smoke and smoke and smoke. He didn't.
He didn't pass on anything.
He's
Neither did his bro.
Nope.
To his credit.
Plus, he's one of the greatest hip hop artists of all time. Like, he's written some of the classics of hip hop.
Pioneer.
Yeah, he's a huge pioneer. Like, seriously, back in 1991, when Cypress Hill put out their first self-titled album, Cypress Hill, there was nobody rapping positively about marijuana. Nobody was saying anything positive about marijuana.
Especially in the United States.
Yeah. Like, even Dr. Dre on an NWA album says, I still express you, I don't smoke weed or cess, because it's known to give a brother brain damage, he says. That's on an NWA album. That's like 1989 or something.
Yeah. There you go, Dre.
Or maybe earlier, 86 maybe.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, we were thrilled. We talked about Pot TV. B, as he likes to call himself, has his own live streaming video channel on at BeReal.tv.
Yeah, check it
So
out.
go check that out. It's interesting. It's mostly about music and hip hop and general things.
just,
Not so much about the weed, but maybe he asked if we'd like to maybe send him some stuff and get involved down there. So
hopefully
we're
can
going
work
to
out
do
in the
that.
future.
So maybe we'll be getting on Cypress Hill's channel. So you never know. Didn't want to jinx it, but no, it was cool. Liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else? Here's another thing to follow that other goofy Canadian thing. We never talked about those idiots that were representing our government on TV that day. Now, come on. Have you ever heard any more nonsense about how marijuana should be treated in our society? The conservative government here says flatly, no way. That's it. That's all. No way. Never. Never going to do it. Stephen Harper said, I'm never going to legalize illegal drugs ever. You go, wow, that's kind of cool for that guy to say, because you never know what evidence may be presented to him in the future, and he's already said, no, there's no way. I don't care
He's
what
made
you
up
say.
his mind.
Yeah. Very, very suspicious when people are like that, right?
Yeah. That's because, he's coming from a different perspective where it's a sin. Marijuana is a sin. It will forever be untouchable.
Strikes me
for
as
Stephen
odd
Harper.
because dentists and doctors can still obtain cocaine.
Oh, it's all bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
know
know
what I
Stephen
mean?
Harper's even, who knows?
So
he's probably
it's like,
not
I
religious at
just
all.
don't
He's
understand
just some
it.
sort of a weird robot creation.
Yeah, so what, the NDP, they say that, we need more study. They flop back and forth on the issue, trying to figure out who they should try to please around it, evidently. So they say we need another commission. We need another study. What's wrong with the one that they did by the Senate in 2002?
Or what's wrong with the wrong with the results that they came up with the Ledain Commission?
Kids, Nicholson's
Even
response
then.
to Directive
That
Report.
pretty much says it all. But you got to really watch out for a guy who is your leader and has changed the title of the government he runs from the Government of Canada to Harper's government.
Yeah, these
You gotta watch out for a guy like that.
Mainstream media is the one going along with
It's
that.
really
and they
Bush.
the ones
Well,
who keep repeating that.
who
They're the ones who
runs
push it.
mainstream media?
That's right. Harper supporters. It's always follow the money. Of course.
But
know what I
Harper
mean?
does have this weird sort of Stalinistic obsession with himself where he's not only changed the name of the government to be the Harper government, but he's removed all of the pictures of former prime ministers from the lobby of the Government of Canada building and replaced it with pictures of him posing in different poses, many with like his family, maybe some petting small animals
isn't
like
it weird?
deers and things.
He's like
he's especially
posing on a rug,
insane.
half
He's a
nude.
weirdo.
Didn't he also open a portrait museum, or is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I thought that's in the lobby of the government office there, and it's all just pictures of him.
That's it is. Yeah.
That's his portrait
As a matter of
museum.
fact, there was many people who have gone in there, MPs, and come out with terms and asked what they thought of it. The press, and they with single answers like creepy, weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the
You know,
guy's
this is from other
Psychotic.
MPs, like just strange,
Fucking insane.
Yeah, he's a particular kind of insane.
Yeah,
He
a
is.
really weaselly, like demented kind where you're not really sure what he's gonna do next because he's so just like
He's the
he doesn't stand for anything at all, really, except like
I got-
hate and unhappiness.
He's the kind that can't be rehabilitated.
Yeah,
Well, I got a
no,
feeling he's going to get
He's
punted
completely
out.
damaged
I know
beyond
where you're
repair.
going with that, and I think
Damaged
Oh,
beyond
not
repair.
until his agenda is complete.
Return to manufacturing.
When you exercise that much control, it's by design.
Yeah.
Figure
Well,
out better
no.
not
These
go
guys
too
are up
far
to
with
wicked
that.
shit. We're going to get it all wrapped up in this term.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's what I think. And then we'll have to deal with the shit that he's done. But we dealt with all the crap that Mulrooney put
Oh, yeah.
Canada into.
Well, Justin
We're just-
Trudeau's come out of the fucking
Yeah, but
woodwork.
Mulrooney looks like a damn saint compared to Stephen Harper.
It's just phase one.
He
This is phase
He
two.
wasn't. He's not. He was such
This
a
is
wicked
that was
fucking
phase
guy,
one. This
too.
is phase two.
At least Harper,
It's a
Mulrooney had
long-term thing.
style. He had style and flair.
So-
Harper's a cold,
Flair,
he didn't. He was a
hard-looking-
So hopefully-
Have Flair, he
lump
looked
of
like a flared.
flares.
Yeah,
swollen
hopefully we can
tomato.
get Justin Trudeau in there and like
Testicle.
really change the agenda.
Well, Justin Trudeau, he's fucking dancing around the issue too. Oh, I don't think it's really a good idea to legalize marijuana.
Well,
No,
no, of course not, because he's got to.
Well, you
He's
gotta-
got to. No,
you
he's
gotta
got to
shut
build.
up.
No, he's got to build campaign funding and support through lobbyists. So he's got to be careful what he says right now because he doesn't have enough bank to go
Who?
up against Harper.
Trudeau?
Yeah. So he's got
he's
to
a
be careful
weasel
what he
too.
says in the media so that he gets enough bank so he can
That's
go
what I've
against
kinda
Harper.
thought, too.
Oh, for
He's
sure.
already fallen into
That's
the
already-
simplest
for sure that's
trap
what's
of,
going on.
But he's a
pandering
political-
to different people and saying
Oh,
different
yeah.
things depending on who he's talking to. It's the oldest trap, and he's just already
He's a political
fallen for it.
opportunist of the worst kind, where he's just going to
Wow.
blow with wherever the money.
Well,
and
he's
the
a
wind is
politician,
blowing.
of course. You
You
know,
know something?
that's
He's
that's
following
a
Voltaire's
successful
lead.
politician
What he's
is
doing.
an
He's a
opportunist.
complete flip-flopper.
I
That's
think he's
the
gonna
only
be
way to
swept
become a
into
successful
power.
politician.
Yeah.
And
well,
then-
the
and
liberals,
then we'll
remember,
see.
are still out of shape, out of power, they have no seats. They're just
Oh
totally
no,
destroyed as a
they'll
party right now.
they'll pound back with him at the helm. You
They
watch.
may.
Yeah, yeah.
They may. It depends. If the NDP can pull off some sort of like,
It would be perfect.
well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it would. Whether or not I agree with it or not, I think that's what's going to happen.
He would have the cult of personality there.
Maybe they'll end up marrying parties,
Who?
and they'll become the new Democratic Liberals.
Marrying who?
No, they'll never pass
Belinda
legislation for same
Belinda
political
Stronach will
marriage,
come back for another
different
relationship.
political marriage.
I
don't think
I'm
so.
still curious if Bob Ray is going to run because
No.
that's
He already said he won't.
he won't.
That's why he's yapping about legalizing pot. Right? They could be. The liberals are the only ones that have said that they will. Right?
Well, it's
So-
always the third place team. The NDP, when they were
Interesting
on
that
third place,
Trudeau would be-
our Gong Show, they were all
What
for
is this?
legalizing
This
too,
is some
because
swerve?
when you don't have a
That's
chance
Harmony.
of doing something about it, it's
Sure it
easy
is. I'm gonna house them.
to rally about it. But the minute you're all of a sudden a threat to forming the next
Oh.
government, it gets swept away. They don't talk about it then.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, this is why Jack Layton was so on about it at the time, because really he knew he wasn't going to form a government, so he was able to come out and be like, oh yeah, legalize it,
Yeah.
tax it, sure.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, I
So
don't know. There's just a
they
difference
all
in
skirt around
philosophy.
the issue as much as they can, and it's like a bunch of babies trying to come to some conclusion about this.
I don't trust the Liberal Party at all. Justin Trudeau voted with a smile on his face for Bill C-15 for mandatory minimums for marijuana. He stood up with a smile on his face and voted yes for it.
Yeah.
So I don't
But they
trust
all
that guy
did.
for
They
a
all
second.
did.
Well, not the NDP though. The Liberals did,
Yeah,
but that's
the
why I
Liberals
don't
did.
support the Liberals. I can't stand them because I don't.
But
I
if he
think they're
does as
full
the
of
liberals
horseshit.
tell him, the liberals have already said they're going to legalize
Yeah.
pot, so maybe they'll just tell him, hey, there you go.
Yeah, that's why they totally
No,
suck
he'd
in
be
our
the guy to
scum.
do it. Out of anyone that I could ever see coming out of Ottawa to run for office, because I got a feeling he smokes weed and knows, and
Yeah,
but there's
yeah,
more
I
to
don't
it than
trust
that, right? It doesn't seem to matter what political party's in power, no matter where you live.
Mulcair would be the guy to do it more than Trudeau would, I think.
Oh no,
No. He already said he wants to study it further, which basically translates into we're not going to do anything about this, but we'll just pander to you guys, to the cannabis community. we're going to do study, and which basically they're just going to shoot the shit and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but
and they
Trudeau
won't
said it
fucking
gives you
fix
brain
it.
damage and voted for mandatory minimum, so...
Well, but he's not the answer either. Right? You know, I think it's like I say, it's through the courts, it's just through action. If we all just tell them, fuck off, get out of my fucking way, we're all doing pot here, you guys are getting in the way. You know,
Legalize,
I've said it before.
decriminalize, or get the fuck out of the way.
Well, I'd like to see what Justin Trudeau has to say about pot now that if he's running for the leadership of his own party that themselves voted for a resolution to decriminalize marijuana.
They didn't go criminalize, they said legalize.
Well, legalize.
Tax and regulate.
It's somewhat legalize. It's
Regulate
still
and
only
tax.
1 ounce, and it doesn't really account for a lot of stuff. So.
Yes, well, good point. We will see in the time ahead how that all folds out. But in the meantime, why don't you guys enjoy some music? This actually happened in the house last night, jam night. Other Willie. We like to call him.
Fuck, I love playing with Other Willie.
Yeah, it was a rousing rendition of a Johnny Cash tune.
Yeah,
I think Adam was in on that one.
Yeah.
So, take a break, roll 7 or 8 more joints, and take a look at this.
screen too. Oh,
Nah,
there
no
it is.
more you don't.
Hey, did you guys have a black screen?
Holy
So did
smokes.
we. That was weird, eh?
It was Afghani.
That was
had a
Afghani
red
black
screen.
screen.
that was because it was from the Man in Black, Johnny Cash. So yeah, that was pretty rousing rendition last night. Willie's a great fellow to come by and
I really love jamming with that guy. The stuff that he pulls out is
play a little up-tempo country. And it was Al on bass, who was drumming for that, Boom Chop,
yeah, boom chops.
and Adam on electric guitar. So yeah, that was pretty fun.
Blind Pig said, "Nice bass licks, Al."
Thank you.
Although he spelled bass like second bass. So bass licks looks different.
Licking the bass.
Yeah. So, yeah, what are you guys smoking out there, and where the fuck are you from? This is all I want to know right now. Where are you from? Let us know.
Earth.
No.
Your house.
Your house. All right, a bunch of smart asses. Lick your bass. Okay.
Blast from Cloverdale. God's White Lighting in Toronto.
Vic BC Vape Stoner.
Mid-grade Virginia. Mid-grade. Just mid-grade. Never heard of that one. Green Crack and Salmon Arm. Outdoor Ottawa. How was the outdoor season in your neck of the woods?
Glowing fire.
Some unknown hybrid. We'll give a shout out to unknown
Many of
hybrid.
them.
Yes,
Many
of them.
I
Steel
like the
Hound.
unknown hybrids. Seedless swag. Hummingbird. Never heard of that.
Jody to take just photos of trees.
Blue Kush.
Hash in the water pipe in Orangeville. Blind Pig. Cloverdale. Nice. Outdoor was dry. That's good.
Yeah, because you don't want to smoke it wet.
No, can't keep it lit.
Yeah.
Dry temperature's good. Hot and dry. That's what marijuana likes.
It sucks if you have to go there in water, but oh well.
Jack Drack's outdoor crop got mites. Huh.
Really? Chances are you had mites when you put them out.
Yeah, generally not a big problem outdoor on mites.
Mm-mm.
Mites outdoors? No, that's not usually the
Not
case.
unless your plants have them pre-existing.
And bad.
Pod TV needs
think,
smell-o-vision. Well, I don't know. Some of the things we smell around here, holy cow. And
It has smell-o-vision actually. It's available on the Apple G6.
There's an app for it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not even out yet, and it's not an iPad or an iPhone. It's the iThought. So
Wow.
look for it.
Yeah, it's actually just a toilet, but then it like talks and whistles.
It's
and
whatever
stuff.
it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
the
think
iThought.
anybody wants to
I
really
thought.
go
Remember
towards
that.
smell-o-vision.
I'm
Real.
I'm putting that into my iPhone right now that I thought.
I smell. I smell that.
I
No,
smell
we're
that.
only available in smell-o-vision in Japan. Ask Tokyo Grower.
Well, I've gone some time without a reefer here.
What's going on there, man?
I don't know. This is good weed. This Harmony is thick, and
Oh yeah.
here's a wee bud of it. I'll put it on the bud cam.
You can roll anything here if you want. I need food.
Harmony, pretty rock hard. Nice full sticky bud that
Has like a lemon coffee kind of flavor.
yeah, real coffee-like flavor to it, and with a lemon hint.
Not like the fruit of the lemon, more like the peel of the lemon.
The zest,
Yeah.
shall we say?
It's pretty
very
good.
zesty.
I like it.
There was a question earlier in the chat, actually, that here I'll read it. I have it here. Are the Popo, meaning the police, I'm imagining, still harassing Adam and family? That's This may be a question for Adam.
Grandma hasn't been pulled over for a little while now, but I don't know. So maybe.
Grandma hasn't been pulled over.
They haven't pulled over my grandma for a little while now so far. But you know, my grandma's reckless though. She drinks all the time, right? Smokes, runs over little children, does terrible things, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like I'm like the king of all the drug lords. I mean, come on. I'm
sure.
like the guy.
You should see this guy's car.
Yeah, like fucking I buy and sell crate loads of Africans every day. Yeah, that's what happens.
Africans are considered a drug in some countries.
Like
Adam, is that what you're
Scarface
suggesting?
times 10. Yeah. Assholes. That's right.
Yeah. Apparently, that was an update from Adam.
Yep.
In his personal life. And I'm glad things are better in that respect. So yeah, that's.
Thanks for your concern.
Thanks for the update. Well, I'm going to roll another reefer here and keep smoking. Hope you all are able to do the same out there. Weather's changed here in Vancouver. It's been beautiful, hot summer's days up until today.
Yes.
Today it turned into
Very lackluster today.
October.
But it is a day, so it's not that bad.
So hopefully.
Feels like fall.
What do you got against the night?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tonight's going to be really hot and sunny.
Other than
Hot and sunny tonight?
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot and
That's
sunny
the
tonight.
forecast.
it's the end of the day, I don't know. It's about the
part of
only
the day.
thing bad I can think about the night. It's the end of the day.
End of the day.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like being in control of the weather.
But what's coincidentally, it's also the birth of a new day. So it is kind of monumental.
in my grow room.
Because
That's
that
true.
doesn't happen during the light hours. It only happens during the dark hours.
What?
The end of a day and the birth of a new day.
It's true.
Unless you are in the northern hemisphere in the summertime. And then it's just going to be light all around.
He had me at birth.
There you go.
So, what else have we got for you here today?
Almost incoherent ramblings of a tooked stoner.
I have a story here that I wanted to mention. This is getting almost no press at all, but this is just crazy to me, these numbers. And they kind of just breeze by them in the article. They don't even really lead with them in the article or talk about it. This is from an article in post-media news outlets like the Times Colonist. That's where I found it. The headline is Federal Court Kept Busy with BC Files. Pretty bland headline. But it says the lion's share of federal court cases last year were handled by Ontario and British Columbia, where drug, organized crime, terrorism, human smuggling, and environmental protection crimes kept prosecutors busy, new figures suggest. Well, that's the lead. So it doesn't really say a heck of a lot. Makes it sound like, oh, big deal, it's just Ontario and British Columbia and at the head of everything. What they didn't say right in the lead is what they should have focused on. They say here that according to Public Prosecution Services of Canada's annual report released last week, federal prosecutors handled just over 78,000 files from 2011 to 2012. A total of 58,000 of those files. So we're talking about 58,000 of 78,000. 58,000 files involved charges under the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act. Wow. So of all of the things that
77% or something.
That's right. It's 3/4 of all of what our courts are doing on a federal level is for the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act. That's insane.
Now, what percentage of that is cannabis?
Yeah, well, who knows?
That would be
probably
easy
a
to find
very,
out because
very
we now
large one.
know the percentage. So now we can look at what percentage of the.
Well, and even worse, how much money are they spending on enforcing these ridiculous drug laws? How much cash is being spent in this country?
They won't tell us.
Not as much as
Not in
being
this article,
made,
they
bro.
When the Attorney General is asked, they don't.
Guaranteed, there's not as much being spent as being made.
Yeah, no kidding.
So.
Well,
from their
all that is spent is being made too.
Oh,
So.
yeah. Oh, sure.
But,
what do you got there? Was that the?
Well, yeah, that's probably similar around
That's
the
the
world.
Seedman's Haze I just threw over there.
So yeah, here
Allegedly.
we are.
Just threw over there.
Here, let me get another camera. We'll spin it around here for you, and you can have a look at
We got people over there.
what's going on in the rest of the room over here. You can see.
Little bit of this, little
you
bit of
can't
that.
see too much, but Jody's over there. There's Kimberly, Eric, Ray's in the picture, but they're little tiny shadows over there in the corner. But yeah, here's what we got going on at the loft. Second floor. We're here every day, 7 days a week. Only closed on Christmas. Come on down. You could run into one of these three guys.
Just don't run into it too hard and we'll run you down.
Yeah, just run into us while we're smoking pot. It makes things much more fun.
That would probably be the case too.
It would be.
Because that's what we do. So yeah, check us out online at cannabisculture.com, and you can do some shopping online too. You can buy cool marijuana-related things, clothing, games, all sorts of paraphernalia, if you will. And that can be shipped anywhere to you. So check it out at /store, cannabisculture.com /store. Or come on down to 307 West Hastings Street.
/store.
We're here every day. You don't need /store if you come down in person.
Isn't that a hockey term?
/? No. Slash is a hockey term. Backhand is a hockey term. Slap shot, but no backslash.
Backslash.
You know, it's funny people say backslash because all the URLs are forward slashes.
Huh.
Interesting
So
tidbit from Marius.
Yes, Marius has piped in with
That sounds like a backslide.
a factoid. Probably need pictures for that joke, but
No, the forward slash point up and the backslash point down.
Slash Nazis.
well, yeah, we're enjoying the afternoon here today, and hope that you are too. We turkeyed it up all weekend. It was
my goodness.
Thanksgiving here in Canada over the weekend, so managed to do 2 dinners.
Hopefully Be Real got a chance to have some Canadian Thanksgiving. That way you can have like 2 of them this year.
He probably jetted off to
No, I'm
Greece or
pretty
something.
sure he had
and
like 10 shows in Canada.
Oh, is that right? Well,
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
they're rich guys. They do whatever they want. Fly to Paris overnight and shit. That's what I'd do.
Hey, I'm flying to Toronto.
Yeah, whip down to fucking Jamaica for a day. Quick day.
Well, you know, there's got to be, because there's so much purchasing being done for like their riders and stuff like that. Maybe they just have like fucking obscene amounts of air miles, and we just think everybody's balling, but really they're just cashing in air miles, just like coupons, you know.
Be Real was in Barrie, Ontario today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I heard that.
Huh. Well, no, he's still around. Maybe we'll run into him again.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd be pretty impressed with the BC Bud. Gotta say. Who isn't? It's some of the best, I gotta say. I'm sure there's lots of places around the world that people are growing just as good a weed.
Oh, I think wherever there's good growers, there's good bud.
That's right.
And I can't imagine
It's not a competition, so no
the
wagering.
country being void of good growers, other than this corner. I know when I was back home, I got used to a certain level, of commercial pot, basically. We had Renee, we had Black Domina, we had Romulan Mikado, we had Northern Lights Blueberry, Grapefruit, another kind of blueberry, and these were all commercial buds. So this is what I got used to, and as well the bubble hash. So when I moved out here, I had to really search because, as anybody knows that comes here, the commercial buds are very substandard. It's when you get into these little circles, you find these
As everyone knows.
crazy, strains and people that have had weed, strains around for 15, 20 years and all kinds of stuff. So that's what I found with here. Whereas in other provinces where the market isn't as developed and the commercial grower isn't as big of a producer, like in Manitoba, when I was, there, and just getting into indoor weed and stuff, a big commercial grow would have been 10 lights, which here is that's like a designer, let's produce some high-end sativa grow.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different scene, and I think you can get a higher level or a higher quality of weed off of a smaller amount of lights.
So it would seem.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's going on here. We're all kicked back, laid back. Now here's something. Anybody watching at Vapor Central today? Hope you are enjoying your time there, as we are here. If you are watching at Vapor Central, can somebody let Chris know that he owes us 3 ounces of weed?
Yeah, go. Yeah, just let them know.
Just pass that
maybe
along.
the staff
maybe.
or whoever's there. Just let them know. Pass
Drax there. He's
pass
maybe
Goodwin a
from
message
BC.
that we were hoping to get it.
Yeah,
we haven't. We're sending a proxy out there.
And the reason that I mention it now is that the accountant wants to clear up the year end.
Yeah.
for
So
the
we're
show,
sending a
so-
proxy out. The proxy hopefully will be receiving these said 3 ounces,
it's
of
October,
which
it's close to
he's
year-end,
instructed, or he or she, I should say,
rear
are
end.
instructed to
Cracked rear view.
bring it back to us.
It's right in our rear
So-
end.
Yeah, it's pretty much just
Please,
it's a
please
tax
release
thing.
please release our cannabis. It'd be awesome, and if you are indeed a patron of Vapor Central, just go up and ask them to release the cannabis for the West Coast guys here.
Just mention one show equals 3 ounces
Yeah.
to
On your way in and on your
staff
way
and
out.
to Chris in particular,
Yeah.
and Myrna when he's there.
When Murnau's there, just bug him a little bit. Cough lots. Whenever he tries to talk, just start coughing.
Just cough. Sorry, I just saw you on the show, and so yeah, we're having fun here. What else have I got? What do you guys got?
See the jars.
Anybody got some questions out there?
Working with Murdoch.
I'm gonna roll another joint.
2, probably 3 shows.
We should maybe smoke out of the jar, though.
Whatever you want, man.
Pop some more of those jars, Al.
Okay, here's some grapefruit.
Oh, great!
Well,
That's the fucking thing. I'm gonna mix it with.
We have to do it live.
This grapefruit is the most phenomenal tasting thing.
Yes.
See, look,
And actually,
I got it.
Do you
Is-
got
here, let me
bud
get
cam
the
going?
bud cam.
Right? You figure that's how it should be done,
Well,
Greg.
this thing is
There we go.
long time
It's a-
cured.
Oh yeah, very long time. It's been cured for almost a year in the fridge, and it's pretty killer.
Yeah, it's some of the sweetest tasting bud
It
ever.
tastes like I hate to say it, but some of the buds taste like freebase.
Very
Candy,
I don't know what the flavor is. on
floral
that thing
candy,
going on, but
weird,
Holy cow!
foreign. It's like yum yum.
Little mean queen of green. This is actually when you would want to have the smell-o-vision. Let me tell you, that Swerve PK2 is a fucking.
This is
dank-
where you want to have flavor vision.
This is where you want to have a tube or a chair in the room. Come on down.
Yeah, just come down. And
Where are you from?
we'll puff with you.
Nobody wears a brown ribbon.
S has some in the freezer for many years. Nice. That would equate nicely to your usual
Yeah.
supply of weed that you haven't used it up yet.
Before I moved out here,
Al, we have a question over here.
What's that?
We need a substance analysis
Uh-oh.
from an expert.
What kind of thing you're about to show me?
Analysis time.
Substance analysis.
From the Alchemist. Please tell us.
What is this?
It's not blonde hash.
This came from a customer in the lounge.
It smells very nice.
It does smell nice. You can smell it.
No, well, in the lounge here.
I would
No,
say.
in the digital lounge.
Well, it's
out there.
definitely hash and it's blonde, but I
Put it
mean,
on the
like,
bud camp.
by traditional standards, blonde hash is a term that they use for Lebanese.
hash, yeah.
There's blonde leb and red leb, but I mean, sure,
color
this hash is very, very light. It's very blonde.
I think
And it smells really nice.
You'd really need to taste it, I think, to know for
Has
sure.
there been any hash smoked out of the
That, is it really crumbly
that
hash?
one?
Dusty, crumbly?
or any weed,
It
sorry?
would roll into a joint nicely, I gotta think.
Out of there, yeah.
Yeah.
Is the bowl cashed out?
It's been just hash.
That bowl's cashed out, yeah.
Pardon?
There's no weed left in the bowl. It's cashed out.
There's no weed left in the bowl, no. I finished it.
Here,
Are
let
we
me,
allowed to try some?
Yeah.
Who did it come from? Well, don't tell us, but I mean, is it okay with the person that we got it from? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, we're about to
The
smoke
band
some,
had to go
some foreign
top up his
substance.
party.
It's definitely some sort of hash.
I'm gonna beg a chunk to roll in a joint.
It's got a little bit of hair in it.
Delicious.
But I'm gonna
That
pick
always gets me the highest.
gonna
I
pick
think
around
of
the
any
hair.
of
The hair?
my favorite substances to smoke. Yeah.
Really? It makes me cough.
Okay, I'm gonna do a
Human
pretty
hair,
big rip, but
dog,
there is a little bit of
cat
weed
hair.
left in here, so I gotta do this. There
I
we
like when there's gravel in your pot.
Gravel. Yeah, gravel's great.
It's clean.
Lint.
Lint. No,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not a
gonna
fan
say
of lint.
pocket lint. That's
Yeah.
There's no wick.
pocket lint.
Yeah.
There's no wick. Nobody's
don't
got a
see
beeline. All right.
Piece of skin. Just don't flavor is gonna unfold.
Toenails.
So yeah, don't forget to tune into all the other live shows here on Pot TV. Stuff coming up at Vapor Central maybe
Because
this week.
as you learned at the beginning of this show, this was filmed in June June 6th.
This is shot way ahead of time, as
live
we
studio
always
audience.
do.
Yes. Which is weird because
Right.
our live studio audience is like October 10th.
Yeah, we're not
It's
saying
like
that they're
we're
still
so
alive, but
it's cutting edge over here.
dead studio
We just use the
You should see the
security
machines.
cameras.
We've got machines.
Uh-oh. Machines?
Yeah, we got machines doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's very
We got
sophisticated
machines.
over here.
That's a good band name.
A lot of the stuff that's gone wrong is because of the machines, but
That's the name of my nursery rhyme. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hit this. I don't know what it is.
blonde hash.
So if my lungs start bleeding,
Mystery blonde hash.
Mystery blonde
serves
hash.
me right.
it's blonde.
Identified
Very
as blonde
blonde.
hash.
But not the original blonde hash. How
got
many
a clean
people out
burn.
there in the chat have blonde hash at this very second?
It tastes pretty good.
It was actually bathtub scrapings.
Wow, whatever, man.
No.
If this
Shipped
is
in
the
the
dirt
whole line.
off of somebody, I would smoke that all day long.
That was offered to us by Colby.
Yeah, I don't know where it originally came from. It's
And he's always got good hash.
it smells nice.
Oh, it's nice to have good hash.
Yeah,
Thanks, Colby.
I got a little bit in this reefer.
Nice.
Really? My fingers are sticky from rolling this grapefruit. I'm just breaking it up.
Oh, I should have. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you
So
later.
what was the final verdict there? It's blonde hash.
Well, it's hash that's blonde, but traditionally speaking, no, because blonde hash is from is from Lebanon.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So, but it's
it's just
you could call it
light
blonde
colored.
hash.
Can
Can you call it blonde hash?
You could call it whatever you want. Of course, you can call it blonde hash.
That's really a vague answer.
It was hash and it was yellow.
And it
Like I
looked
said,
blonde.
traditionally speaking, there's red Lebanese and blonde Lebanese, and those were the two. Like blonde
Smoked them.
blonde hash would be blonde leb.
So the answer is no then.
No. But it was hash that was blonde.
Right.
And very tasty.
And it was really good.
Wow.
Probably actually better than the old school blonde. I mean it seems a little nicer than the old blonde I remember smoking.
Stop being a dick.
Was I being a dick?
No, somebody else.
Well, XD's got some blonde
I
hash
was
in the
just getting clarification
kickbox.
to get the facts here.
Oh no,
Yoda's
those are
got
the facts.
That's right.
I stand by them. I'm pretty
I'm a
stoned.
journalist. I like to
We
get down
could
to
get
the
a third opinion from your
facts, man.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like just
We could
from
ask
breaking
Karina
that
for
nug
it,
up.
see what she gets to settle
Do
out
do do
with.
spider
If I'm a
weed,
bitch.
spider weed. Holy shit, that's
I'm a
sticky
nice guy.
weed. 1 year
you're a
old
nice guy.
in the fridge.
So we're certainly blessed
So shut
here
the fuck
in
up.
Vancouver
Yeah,
and
okay.
in this very spot to have some of the
Fuck up,
finest
smoke some lot,
marijuanas and
fuck that.
hashishes to smoke.
Yes.
We
This is also true.
do it. We do it all for you.
Also
Is
true.
what
We can't
happens.
use that slogan.
Yeah, but that was taken.
I'm taking the bong.
We can't remember why we do it. That's what our slogan is.
We do it all for you guys. You just gotta add
Yeah.
the guys. And then we're
Don't
good.
forget to do it. But yeah, so we're gonna keep smoking along.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to roll this grapefruit. It's like sticking like crazy.
I don't think we solve too many of the world's problems today.
No.
But can I borrow
Why are
a
you crazy?
grinder?
Like,
He says.
he's only got a
Alright.
few.
You just be careful.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. Really, that one?
No, not that one.
Seriously? Oh my god. Really?
Because now I've
can't
only
believe
got
you let him use
7.
that one.
I've only got 8 left here on the 9, 10. So 10's all right. I think it'll be enough.
You got a grinder habit, bro.
I do not.
So I think we should write a parody for the Judas Priest song Grinder.
3, 4.
Do you have a song named Grinder?
Yeah.
Got all this
And
grinders
it's Grinder
down.
looking for meat, and we could have the Grinder
Looking for weed. It's too easy.
It is
Life's
too easy,
way
but
too
you know
easy.
whatever.
10 grinders
Oh,
there?
Marius has one here.
Yeah,
It's either
there is.
9 or 10. There's either 9 or 10 grinders on your desk.
There's 10, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's okay that he took one. But we don't want to be slipping under 10. What if people came in? A lot of people come in
Well,
wanting to
people need
roll weed.
grinders.
Yeah.
There's more grinders than people here, but
So yeah, we're gonna keep grinding away, and I want to thank you all for joining us today. We had a lot of fun. It's nice to be down here, a little more open space.
I really like it.
I dig it here.
Thanks, Adam Jang, for sitting in. Let's turn the grinder his way.
Some grapefruit for you, mister.
Oh yeah, we're smoking grapefruit.
Oh, yeah.
now.
It almost looks like we're on the other side of a pool table.
It does look like a pool
Isn't
table.
that crazy? And seriously, that distance is not very long.
No,
Awesome.
it's only about 3 feet. It's an optical illusion. And thanks to Jer, Mick, and Marius for being here too. There's my grinder back. All right, all things are as they should be.
Yes.
It's always best at the end of every episode to return to status quo, and I've got my 11 grinders. They're all in place.
gotta have them.
We smoked a lot of great weed,
We have.
but the best joint till last.
They don't like our crotch shot. Why?
Because we have our pants on.
They don't like the low end. That's why. That's why. You can still see Marius' shorts.
Let's cut back to them complaining.
How do we complain if
We're gonna have the camera
Huh.
higher.
Now we'll leave it on that camera then.
Yeah.
There you go.
Give him a good one. Give him a good view.
All right. Well, I think I got stoned off something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quite know what it was, so
I'm definitely catching a buzz off of this.
I'm gonna go back through everything I smoked. and see
Grapefruit
if
is
I
the first
can't
one that
find-
got me high tonight. Well, no, that's not true.
No, that harmony rocks me all day long too. So yeah, what we got? Jared's show coming up on Friday, 4 o'clock Pacific time for cannabis culture news. Don't know what he's got planned. It's always a surprise. He makes a show like ours several years in advance. Maybe not years, months most of the time. Busy guy, come on. But yeah, these are all prepared ahead of time. And Marius's hair was much longer then.
Hours and hours worth of work into Marius's hair for the show.
So, yeah, 4 o'clock, tune in, and probably next Monday, but who knows if Mick will do a show.
Well,
He's very unpredictable.
Very,
very.
very.
2-hour
He's like
special
a,
on next week.
like a rogue.
That's right, yeah.
A 2 hour special.
2
Cannabis
hour special
Rogue.
from Vapor Central with Matt Murnaugh.
Really?
Yeah,
You're going
Oh.
to Toronto?
going to Toronto.
Yeah, yeah. Get.
Tomorrow.
That's
And
what
I
I'm saying.
think
We're
we're
sending a
actually-
proxy out there.
I believe we're having a show on Friday and next Thursday a grow show from Matt's Grow. So I'm doing extra work to make up
Good.
for supposedly slacking off. Yeah.
Well,
I was some
Some
people
members of the chat.
in chat thought I was slacking.
can
off.
you
I
get
think it
our
was Wayne.
3 ounces for us?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna actually. There's been some issue with that, so we're gonna document this on video with the 3 ounces.
Yeah, because in chat they
If
said
they say they're
said they
giving
gave
us
it.
3 ounces, so well, you guys better record that.
Well, and
on
also
live
in
stream and have
chat
that
they
on
said
the
they
loop.
gave it to you guys, so we should
They
confront
better
them
have some
right
video
live
footage.
on air.
They're going to need video
yeah.
footage
Well.
to prove that. I never gave them a
Look
receipt.
for that to be.
Well,
clear.
I don't doubt I don't doubt
like to see a
they're
receipt
just
so
trying
we
to
can
turn us
actually-
against
Yeah,
each
I
other.
didn't-
Along with the video footage.
You know, they're like, hey,
certified
let's
as a
get
video
those guys
footage.
fighting. But it ain't gonna work. There's solidarity amongst brothers over here, guys.
It's a certification of authenticity of the video. Yeah, that's what.
All the
So-
3 signees need a certification of authenticity signed by 3 signees, and all those
We'll see how
Okay.
that all works out.
you get the picture.
I get it.
But
I
yeah.
don't know about this one.
Documents.
I'm not too
Nah, the
hopeful.
video will be fine.
I don't think we're gonna get our 3 ounces.
It's not looking good.
No.
But I don't know.
And I
You do what you
believe
can.
they're getting interest relief, aren't they?
Well, if it breaks into the new year, then it turns into 6 ounces.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because that's per year. You
We
know,
wanna
one
get
show
through
equals
that,
3
get it in
ounces per
before
year.
The,
If you
year
don't
end
pay,
here. We're doing our
Yeah.
year end, so.
That's the tricky part.
Doing your year
So-
end,
well.
your rear
You
end.
don't want to have to put this on the actuarial tables.
So we're gonna get out of here. Thanks a lot, everybody, for being in the house, and
Bye-bye.
tell your friends to watch us in the reruns and tune into all the other shows too. Rebecca does a live show on Mondays, if in fact Mick isn't doing a 2-hour special. She does that on Mondays too sometimes, so check that out. Matt Murnaugh and the Vapor Central crew are doing lots out there too, so check out their shows, all the comedy stuff that's coming your way, and I see some live music too. So we're thrilled to be here every week. I'm going to find something to finish up the show for you. So yeah, this is Al the Alchemist. Thanks for being here,
Thanks for having me.
bringing your knowledge and the good weed.
I'm actually just reading everything off of script, but
Thanks
for
to
the flattery.
Colby for sliding through with his question about hash. If anybody else out there has hash and marijuana questions
Can I
and
put out a thanks?
want to come in here,
Thanks to my writers for making me look so intelligent.
Yes,
You're
really.
welcome.
A team of writers, I gotta say.
Yeah.
11?
They're all grinders too, those bastards.
Machines.
Oh yeah, we go through this.
Did you like how we wrote in that toque for you today?
Took what?
Yeah.
Why was there a toque comment today?
There was a few.
I'm just
comments
reciting
today.
stuff. I don't know what I'm saying.
There was a few toot comments in the chat today, actually. Yeah.
Al just gets led out to the car after the show.
Yeah.
And taken wherever he needs or whatever, you know.
That's right.
My handlers.
Yeah, they
give
plug
me
him into the wall and
sandwiches.
recharge him
Give
for
me
tomorrow.
sandwiches, and they just put me in a little room with flannel, and then there I sleep until the next show.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks a lot for being here, everybody, and tune in next week and see what happens. But until then, I'm Marijuana Man. Peace and pot. Here's Speeches Beyond, a little hip hop from the pot block. See you next time.
Anyway, this is Jams in the Kia Green. There's a Facebook and website you can actually check out. Go to Pot TV. My name is Speeches Beyond. I'm here quite often. Big ups to anybody who supports all genres of music. Anyway, what I do is I do hip hop. Y'all know what hip hop is. Hip hop means helping individual people help other people. That's why hip hop is different from rap. There's a big difference. And I'm going to display that for you tonight. Yeah. You guys ready for this? Yeah. This is something spectacular you can mark in your calendar. Coming out of Canada, it's something more than a challenger. Compared to what you heard this recent, no. It's one of the deepest who brought the illest techniques. It's more than decent. Speeches beyond the leeches who will never reach this. So go ahead, compete with this. But still, you'll be the least picked. I'm one of the sickest, ripping this legitimate business independently. With my tongue twisted over some melodies. Never missing precision and vision. Living in prison. All the wisdom driven, giving the rhythm different incisions. Listen, unconditional like religion. And we don't need your permission to poets more filled in a position to bring it to any opposition. Frankly, like ignorance. Shouldn't get into this with arrogance and belligerence. You'll miss how beautiful this music can be. Beyond the stereotypes of what you see from average human beings. So take a walk with me. If you like hip-hop, come and talk to me. We do it properly, you know my philosophy. We're destined to do this like a prophecy. Obviously, everybody take a walk with me. If you like hip-hop, come and talk to me. We do it properly, you know my philosophy. I'm destined to do this like a philosophy. You should know I'm far from awful. Like the food most people eat at McDonald's. Makes you pretty sick. Me, I know what's up. So like Adam, I'm drinking the coconut juice. Hitting my stuff I produce on my own every day. Of course they call me Bruce Lee. The way I flip this tongue fu beyond deliberate aims for me in BC. Still by now you should know I'm just rambling. Yeah, me, I'm never down for battling. Unless it's against the real enemy. These corrupt governments and corporations who took Emory. By now you should see for more than a century. They've had you all locked down. Held up by a fake queen and crown. By now you should know what's going down. Yeah, so take a walk with me. If you like hip-hop, come and talk to me. We do it properly, you know my philosophy. I'm destined to do this like a prophecy. Obviously, everybody take a walk with me. If you like hip-hop, come and talk to me. We do it properly, you know my philosophy. Yeah. Big ups. Just need a quick second to gather my breath. When you smoke weed, you get mad pasties. You know what I mean? Yo, this style is universal, just like weed. Sometimes I smoke the purple. Sometimes I smoke the Buddha Kush. Still by now you should know how the true will look. That's okay. So you should know what I do is deliberate. Of course in this age I consider this. Me, I don't discriminate. I'm the kind of guy who teaches love. Forget the hate that they teaching you about every day in divisions. By now you should know my condition. I'm the kind of guy rocking this with precision. Just like you know, yeah, we're on a mission. So take a walk with me. If you like hip-hop, come and talk to me. We do it properly, you know my philosophy. I'm destined to do this like a prophecy. Obviously, everybody take a walk with me.